What's going on, guys? This is Andre from Salvage Secrets. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video I'm gonna give you a market update and to tell you what's going on in the salvage market today, because you know it's been a little crazy lately. It's been very hard to buy anything, and I'll show you guys some cars that we actually purchased this week from the auctions. I'm gonna walk through these cars, show you how much we paid, how much we plan to sell them for, what type of damage they have, which I think is going to be pretty interesting for you guys, because you know on this channel we actually teach you how to make money when buying and selling salvage cars. So I think it's going to be very interesting for you guys. And if you like this type of content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a review, leave a comment, let me know what you want me to talk about in the next video. And also don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook group. The link should be in the description of the video. And in this group you can actually ask me questions. We discuss all kinds of stuff related to salvage cars, so make sure you subscribe. It's a very cool community. Alright, so let me show you guys some cars that we actually picked up this week. And right now I think the market is starting to stabilize a little bit, because like I said, the prices have been sky high for the last few months. But this week we actually were able to buy 6 cars, which is pretty unusual, because in the last few months, if we bought 1 or 2 cars a week, that was a huge win for us. And this week we bought 6 cars, which means the prices are starting to, I think they hit the peak and they started to come down a little bit. And again, obviously you have to know what kind of cars to buy, and don't go crazy, don't spend stupid amounts of money like other people do and then think what to do with these cars. You know, you have to be very smart about what you buy. So let me show you guys some cars that we actually purchased, and you'll see for yourself what kind of deals we got, you know. So we'll start with this 2019 Honda Civic. It's 2019, has I think 15,000 miles on it, so pretty much a brand new car. And as you can see, it's a little bit crispy on the back. It has some fire damage. So this car probably retails for around, I would say probably around 20,000, right, with clean title. And after we've done fixing it, we're probably gonna get at least $13,000 to $14,000 for it. That's what we expect. And as you guys know, I usually recommend you guys to stay away from fire damage cars unless it's something like this, because this is basically just cosmetic outside damage. So the fire was not inside the car, it was just parked next to something burning. And as you can see, the paint got damaged here on this side. You can see this paint damage here, and some plastic elements obviously melted, like the rear bumper, the tail light melted. But it's very, very minor damage. You know, all we need to do is just to replace these plastic pieces, which are very, very cheap for these cars, and then paint this side and the back, and we're gonna have ourselves a great car. So when I bought it, I thought this was the damage, you know, and that's what I expected. But of course, with salvage auctions, always expect the unexpected. And when we got the car, we realized there is more damage than we thought. If you look on this side, it actually has damage too, which we didn't see in the pictures. And I told you guys, these guys are masters of taking pictures, so you don't see anything. If you look closely here, there is definitely some body damage here that needs to be repaired. And then there is some scratches on this door and on the front door as well. And we'll put this tape here. As you can see here, the window is smashed and the door is actually damaged here. As you can see, it looks like somebody like tried to pry it open or something. I hope we're not gonna replace the door. I hope we can fix this. But all this stuff will definitely add like $1,000 to our repair bill, which we didn't expect. So unfortunately, this is not uncommon, guys. So every time you buy something, don't be sad or don't be upset if you see some more damage than you expected. And we bought this car sight unseen, because right now, because of the pandemic, that's what they say, they don't allow any previews at our local auction. But I think it might stay this way, because I think it's actually better for them not to allow previews, so you don't see the damage that they're trying to hide, you know. So we'll see what happens. But again, I'm pretty happy with this purchase, and I expect, you know, it's not that much work. It's not that much work looking for parts, and we're probably gonna make like probably around $3,000 or so on this car, hopefully, if nothing crazy pops up. But I'm pretty happy about this purchase anyway. All right, and now let me show you guys this 2020 Chevy Traverse. This car is really cool. Let's walk around and you'll see the car. You'll see that it has very minor damage. This is basically all the damage that there is, and it might look a little bit scary, especially if you don't know much about cars or bodywork. But to be honest with you, this damage is very minor. They just took off the bumper assembly to, I guess, to estimate the damage. But if you look closely, you'll see all the structural elements are intact. There is no structural damage. So even this bumper reinforcement is intact. Even the washer bottle is intact. So very minor damage. They just took the fender and the bumper off. All we need to do is just put the fender back on, replace the bumper cover, headlight, paint it, and that's it. It does have some very minor suspension damage, which I don't know if you can see right now, but you see the wheel is a little bit out of position. And the interesting thing is that it was announced as mechanical damage as well. Mechanical damage, and usually mechanical means engine or transmission damage, but in this case engine sounds fine and they had an engine video running, so that's why I wasn't scared. I knew the engine is good, and based on the type of damage, I didn't anticipate any major problems. So I don't know why they said mechanical. Maybe because of the suspension damage, maybe because the steering is a little off, I don't know. But it helped me buy this car at a good price. So again, this is a 2020 Chevy Traverse, and it only has 1,000 miles on it. It's pretty much a brand new car, guys. And this car is on the market for, I would say, around $48,000 to $50,000, because like I said, it's a brand new car. It's fully loaded, has 1,000 miles. We actually found this registration as a temporary registration, guys. So somebody bought it back in January, and it's a 30-day registration. So they didn't even drive it for a month before this happened, and the car was totaled. But it still has a brand new car smell in it. It's a great car. Like I said, it has all the options you can imagine. It has 360 view cameras, navigation, leather, heated and cooled seats, everything. So this car is worth $50,000 with clean title, and I actually paid $18,500 for it, with fees, close to $20,000. Oh, and it does have some damage here as well. Nothing major, just the exhaust system is a little bent, but it's not a big deal, and it has some bumper damage here, but nothing structural. All the lines are straight. So worst case scenario, we have to replace this piece and paint the rear bumper and fix the exhaust system. That's it. So again, guys, this is a $50,000 car. We paid like $20,000 for it. So as you can see, we got a $30,000 discount, and we got ourselves a brand new 2020 Chevy Traverse, which I'm sure will easily sell for at least like $30,000 after we said and done. And I don't anticipate the repairs to be more than like $3,000. I don't see any reason why it's going to cost more than that. But even if, let's say, even with the inspection cost, the detailing, everything, let's say, even if it cost me $25,000, I can still make like $5,000. And this is a great car, guys. It's pretty much impossible to lose money on it. Even if I have to sell it for $25,000, it's still, I'm still not going to lose money. And this is the way you should look at it. Always make sure, in the worst case scenario, you're not going to lose money, at least. In the best case, you're going to make money. That's how I look at it. So this was a great purchase for us. And in contrast, let me show you another car that we picked up here the same week. Is 2020 Nissan Pathfinder. And it has similar type of damage, as you can see, left front damage. But this one it's significantly worse. Let's say that. We already worked on it, so we already took the fender off, and we replaced the suspension, because this suspension was completely shot. The wheel was crooked. So now at least it runs and drives. And as you can see, this door is damaged as well, and it doesn't even close, because not only the door is damaged, but I think this post is pushed in as well a little bit. So it does have structural damage, a little bit of structural damage here. Not much, again, thank God, because you know, I was afraid that we have to cut out the whole post and replace it, but it looks like we're not gonna do that. Again, this is not a terrible car, but this is a project, you know, and usually I try to stay away from cars like that. Probably I shouldn't have bought it because it's just too much work. Not only that, but as you guys can see, the airbags are deployed as well. So yeah, the side airbag and the steering wheel airbag is deployed. And in New York, you cannot use, you know, put used airbags, so that's going to cost me another probably $1,500, $2,000 extra to the repair bill. And I think there is some damage under this bumper as well, even though if it's not too bad, but still. So again, I bought this car cheap. That's the reason I bought it. I'm like, wow, that's cheap. You know, and this damage is bad, but it's not too bad, so I'm gonna buy it. So this is a 2020 Nissan Pathfinder. It's probably worth like $22,000 with clean title, maybe even a little more. I don't know. And I paid like $8,000 for it, right? So I figured, okay, so what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna change the door, fender, suspension, paint it, and this is gonna be a great car. But then when you start, you know, you start taking into account all the time it's gonna take you to fix it, the cost of parts, everything is easily like $5,000 in repairs right here, you know. So by the time we're done with it, maybe even more, with the auction fees, inspection, cleaning it, it's probably from $8,000 is gonna be already like $14,000 car, you know. And probably we'll sell it for like $16,000, $17,000 and make $2,000–$3,000, but it's gonna be, we're gonna have to put a lot of work and effort into it. So that's why I try to stay away from projects like this when I can. It's not worth it, guys, to be honest. So don't go after the cheapest cars, you know, just get a car that has very little damage, even if you have to pay a little bit more. But it's always better than dealing with something like this. This is probably good for export, where the labor rates are cheap and you get a cheap car and you can fix it on the cheap, and you know, it's a good deal. But here in America, fixing something like this most of the time doesn't make sense, especially if you don't have shops you work with, or you know, people that can do work for you at a reasonable price. All right, so I think that's it, guys. This is what I wanted to show you guys today. And in the next video, I'm gonna show you some cars that we bought that don't need any work, you know, salvage cars that don't have any damage, and we actually gonna make $2,000–$3,000 on each car without doing any work. I'm gonna show you these cars in the next video, so stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Leave a comment and let me know what you guys want me to talk about in the next video. Take care and have a nice day. Bye.